tips. Today we are going to learn about the subqueries in SQL. So for this I have already created a couple of tables to explain this topic. So the subquery is nothing but just an inner query referenced inside the outer query. So I'll show it by the example. So I have these two tables. In this table I have two columns. One is ID, product ID, another one is the product name. And in the orders detail table I have the product ID and the product amount, and these both tables are referenced by the ID. So I'll write a query where I need to get all the products which are having cost more than the 10,000 rupees. Okay, so I'll write it, get the products cost more than 10,000 rupees. Okay, so I'll write the query something like select a star from orders table where ID in since we are checking in the ID, we have ID and product name in the orders table, and we need to check the amount, so we need to use the orders detail in the subquery. So we need to get the ID from the order details as well. So we need to get the IDs which are having the amount more than 10,000. So it will be something like select ID from orders details where amount is greater than 10,000, right? So in this case we'll get 1 and 2, right? So what we need to do is we need to use something similar inside this query. Okay, so what we can do is we can just write it like this, right? So it will become select ID from order details where amount is greater than 10,000. So in this case we'll get the ID equal to 1 and 2, right? So once this query will be executed, it will return 1 and 2, and then this query will be executed, which will be compared and will be giving the records for the 1 and 2, right? So let me show you by executing this query. See, I have iPhone and Mac which are having cost more than 10,000. So if I show you the order details, so order ID 3 is the 10,000. so if I check the order details, order ID 3 is monitor, and apart from the monitor, these two, 1 and 2, iPhone and Mac, are more than 10,000 rupees. So on this subquery, this query is called the inner query, and this is called the outer query. Okay, so inner query will be executed first in this case, and once all the rows are returned by the inner query, outer query will be executed based on the inner query's result. Okay, so also one thing also need to keep in mind, here we are selecting the ID, right? You cannot select more than one column in this case, like the amount. If we'll do this, it will throw an error like this. Since we are comparing it with the ID, it has to be the ID. I mean, it can be any of the column, but it has to be one column, since we are passing here a one column. Okay, so it has to be something like this, and we can achieve something similar result using the join as well. You need to use the join, and you can put the amount greater than 10,000. You will get the same result. So I'll go over on the joins in my upcoming videos. So that was it about the subqueries. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please subscribe the channel.